Hi, welcome to an example of what's happening with Star Citizen right now. We've just loaded the software. Since yesterday, we bedlogged out of our session in our ship. Just got into bed, logged out, in the middle of space, in between, I think it was Magda and Hurston, somewhere in the void of space there, aren't able to log back in. Now, I've tried every region and every way of logging in. I've tried the Arena Commander workaround, where you go into Arena Commander in the last ship that you were flying, which in my case was the Constellation Andromeda. I did played through a session of Arena Commander in the Vandal Swarm. That didn't fix anything. But let me just show you. We'll go into the persistent universe. We'll try USA, because USA is going to be a bit quieter now. What we're going to do is get up the stats info, and basically we'll enter the Star Citizen universe. Here we go on USA, and we'll just see exactly what is happening. Not a lot is happening. It seemed to get to the end of the last time I tried this, which was only 5 minutes ago. It seemed to get right to the end and then produce the error, but it came up with some really anomalous output in the console. So I just want to make sure I get that again, just for posterity and just so I've got it recorded. But this is going to be 10, 12, 15 minutes. It takes that long for it to time out. It's an incredible, unbelievable amount of time for it to produce an error. And yeah, it really is a weird issue. One that is stopping me from logging in, which, Star Citizen requires you to log in order to take part. But yeah, the Arena Commander's working. That's no problem at all. But the live client isn't allowing me to log into the actual persistent universe, as it were. But yeah, I thought I'd just do this so there's a full record of what's going on. I've tried this 10 or 12 times. I tried about 3 or 4 times yesterday evening, and well, it must be more than that. I've tried sort of 8, 10 times this morning. So it's now. I started. It was about 9:30, and it's now 11:35. So been doing this for 2 hours now, and I've Googled, I've read the advice on the RSI website, I've been on Spectrum and spoke to some people on the general chat, and doesn't seem to be. It's one thing that a user said yesterday. It doesn't matter what you do, you can reinstall your software, you can verify your files as much as you like, nothing is going to work, because this is a server-side problem, not a client-side problem. So it doesn't affect everybody, because I've got friends that are logged in and playing the software. But it does affect some people, and I find it strange. All I did, it's been absolutely fine up until yesterday. Yesterday evening, when things started going a bit strange. The ship was very sluggish to fly. It wasn't responsive. Enemies weren't dying when you were blasting them. So I thought, yeah, time to change server, and that's the last time I was logged in. I logged out, bed logged in my ship, as I usually do. It's never ever been a problem. Logged out and couldn't get back on. Just wouldn't let me back on. So this is just me recording things for the sake of it. So there's a full recall of events, messages, happenings. But usually at this time in the morning, the EU is not too bad. The EU region is not too bad. It's not that busy. But the US region is, yeah, it's very quiet. You know, it's not used much at all. So it's almost guaranteed that you get online and on a server that's running well. Yeah. But of all the problems we've had since the release of 3.18, I've never really had account problems of any kind. You know, this is the first time it's hit me, and we'll just see how it goes. I mean, it usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes to log me in when I bed logged, but this goes on and on. We're up to 5 minutes now trying to log in, so I definitely know there's a problem and it's not going to log me in. It's going to time out eventually, usually with a 30,018 timeout error. Please check your internet connection. Yeah, right. Right. Updated the auth token successfully. Game mode SC default. Couldn't find override spawn location with name. That's because I'm in the middle of space. There is no spawn location, it's my ship. Primary user agent gRPC C++. Interesting. And this goes on for a while. You know, trying to log into EU server ID 770. But I definitely do think it's an account problem. There's something, it'll come up at the end, and I'm really interested to record this and go back through it and just see exactly what it comes up with. Because it goes by quite quickly. But I think we've got some time yet before it gets there. Like I say, you sit here for 10 minutes. In fact, no, I'm guessing at 10 minutes. I'm assuming the period of time because I've just sat here so many times to watch it time out. But interesting though. I've never recorded this before up until now. But it does seem constant. You know, there's, like I say, I've done all the workarounds I can think of. I've even deleted the bin64 directory and user directory and shaders directory, and then verified files and tried to load them in. And start it with a new set of files, but even that hasn't worked. No wonder if it's not a client-side problem. But that's, we're past 8 minutes now. And it's not like this time of day is the busiest time of day. There are going to be a lot of people online, but it's not being hammered this time in the morning, even on a Sunday. So I guess we were okay up until we logged out yesterday, and then either something happened while we were online or when we tried to log back in. But yeah, it timed out a couple of times while I was streaming yesterday, and I just thought, nah, this isn't going to happen. Could have been there all night. So went off, had dinner, watched some Mandalorian. This is the way. I'll probably go back to that today rather than waste time with this. And it is a massive, massive waste of time. There's no way, you know, until CIG intervene and fix whatever needs fixing, this isn't going to work. I've read about these problems, and I feel sorry for the people that have suffered them, but now I'm one of them, so, you know, it's to be expected. But I can't, I'm thinking about all the game software that I've ever experienced and know about, and I don't know of any other game software that has as many constant and perpetual and repeated problems as Star Citizen. And, you know, I know Chris Roberts is fond of telling people that they're dealing directly with the end user and there's no publisher involved. Well, that isn't turning out to be a good thing. It's turning out to be a bit of a fucking nightmare, to be honest. Because I don't know if they're ever going to get things right. You know, they're not being held to account for what they're doing or how long it's taking or the amount of problems they're having in doing so. Maybe it's not a good thing not to have a publisher involved and dealing directly with the end user. Yeah. I mean, there's two companies I know about now. Cloud Imperium and Frontier Developments both did the same sort of thing with their games, Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, and at least Frontier were able to make good on the software and what was promised and planned. Blows the mind. Blows the mind. So it's definitely going to fail. We're up to almost 12 minutes now. So my estimate of 10 minutes is incorrect. Because I've just left this loading and gone off and done other things and come back to it and still found it's loading. So, you know, haven't actually got an accurate time for it timing out. There we go, and that is 12 minutes 20 seconds. And there's the whole what I was talking about. So that's where it stops. That's where it ends. There is no more. It'll carry on loading now. We have to close that screen down, click on OK on the 30,018 error, and then we're back to the menu. So we can try a different region, and it doesn't matter which region you try. We can try joining a friend. We'll try joining Hex. But this again, it'll be the same sort of thing that comes up. And game mode created. Can't find override spawn location name. There are 5 It's displaying 6 values. There are 5 devices, so that's going to be my controller, headset, mouse, keyboard. So another 12 minutes, 20 seconds, I'm guessing. But yeah, there's on this server, it is EU server 220 is this one that we're trying to connect to. Apparently there's 7 users on it at the moment, according to the information from the friends list. And you know, it should be so quick to load. It should load within minutes, you know, if not a minute. Usually when I've bed logged, you're straight in there. You are straight in there. But this will go on and on and on until it times out again. And it'll be the same, exactly the same process. It'll get right to the end and throw up all that jargon, which may be good in problem solving, you know. Everything looks great. I mean, everything looks absolutely fine. You know, you've got a, well, actually the BW in is very low. It is very low. Server FPS is 30, which is unbelievable. That is the highest I've ever seen it. And the ping time, obviously, it's around 30 milliseconds, so. But it's annoying because there's no way around it. You know, there's nothing I can do to get around this. Could try Arena Commander again. Somebody on the Spectrum forum advised verifying files, but that is haphazard. You know, it's not guaranteed. I've done all that many times. Different ways of verifying the files, like deleting some, verifying them again, or just verifying them off the block as they are. But nothing seems to solve this 30,018 timeout issue. So we're kind of stuck. We're at the mercy of the software, and that is not a good thing. So we're up to 4 minutes now, and it's usually logged in well before now. So I know it's gonna time out again. We've got another 8 minutes to go before we get to that point. But there's just something isn't happy about us trying to log in. And I know the RSI website says, you know, post everything on the issue council, including a walkthrough of how to reproduce the problem. Obviously, anybody who's not suffering from this problem can't reproduce it. Only certain people have this issue, not everybody. So that's another reason for recording it. So if CIG or anybody else who's suffering this issue can sort of compare results. It is strange though. It is very strange how it can be absolutely perfectly working fine one moment and then next time you log in it just stops working. There was one guy on Spectrum general chat this morning who said, I've recently bought the game and I haven't been able to log in at all. So, you know, he's got 30 days to change his mind and get his money back. But anyway, this is what it is. I'm sure CIG will get around to solving it. Maybe eventually, maybe quickly, who knows. But yeah, there's no fix, there's no workaround, no solution, no hope. So we will literally, as much as we enjoy playing and testing Star Citizen, we're going to have to go away and find something else to do. Which wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Spend far too much time on here. But just such a shame for me personally because I've got absolutely nothing to do today. Nothing at all. And I would have very much enjoyed just wasting the day away playing Star Citizen. But that's not going to happen. Stream started, result okay? I don't think so. The stream might have started, but we're not going to be able to get in here. That's for sure. And all this was working fine yesterday, right up until sort of 7, 8 p.m. That's UTC. And then, for whatever reason, we were just unable to log back in. But what's interesting is the BWin is 35 megabits per second, and it's not moving at all. You know, doesn't seem to be moving at all. But obviously, Hex is online on this server. He's not having any problems, so we're up to 9.5 minutes. Another 3 minutes to go, sort of, before it times out. Not long now, less than 2 minutes, I'm assuming, before it times out. Still trying to load. Very strange. Coming up to 12 minutes. So, anytime in the next minute or so, there you go. That's 12 minutes and 10 seconds. So, that's it. That's all it does. No matter what you do, what you try, what workaround, just for the sake of it, we'll go into Arena Commander and we'll select, let's go, actually if we go Vandal Swarm, select rent a ship. Now I'll go for the Andromeda, which is the last ship I used, and searching for match, not found, so we'll probably be on our own. And I've already done this a couple of times this morning, so didn't make any difference. Apparently, if you know where your ship is and you can tell a friend to go and destroy it, then that might work. I'm guessing it's the spawn point that's the problem. If that's the case. And I read that information on the RSI website. Huh. Now the BWN is very, very low again, but it is moving this time. I wonder if this is going to time out as well. This would be something new. It usually loads in eventually. But it will be interesting to see if it does, or whether this times out as well, because that would be something different from what I've already experienced this morning. It's usually logged in by now, you know. It's certainly taken its time. And now I'm a little bit despondent whether this is going to be working or not. Anyway, I'm going to be right back in 2 minutes. Need more coffee. And we're back. Right. This is going to bug out. This is definitely going to bug out. Earlier, when I've tried this, admittedly, it wasn't the Vandal Swarm that I logged into, but it got in there by this time. So it's doing the same thing again. You know, stream started, result okay, and then all this CET running for a long time, output, wait client player, that kind of thing. And nothing about my internet connection is the problem. That's the thing. You know, I've got no internet problems. Everything else is accessible. Been doing some Linux work as well today. Uploaded all perfectly. So you know, nothing there with the internet connection is a problem. But this is certainly what's the issue here? What is the issue here? It must be account issues. Really don't know. It's obviously getting worse, not getting better. Might be an idea to try what we tried before. Just joining a session and suiciding and then logging out again. but this all may be superfluous. I don't know if it's going to affect anything. I might be just wasting more and more time. You know, I've been streaming now for about 45 minutes. In fact, let's have a check on the stream. No, we've been streaming now for 36 minutes. So, you know, we're still trying to get something to work, and it's certainly not working. So yeah, it's taking forever. It is definitely taking forever. Just seems to be going round in circles, doesn't it? Stream started, result okay, and then the mode wait. Sorry, model wait client player. I wonder if this is the authentication server or something that's knacked. But you can imagine waiting over 12 minutes each time for it to time out. You know, you've got much more important things to do than sit around waiting, which Star Citizen is the biggest waste of time. Even the game content wastes your time. So the whole thing is turning out to be a massive time sink for most things you do. Even getting from your habitat to your hangar, that can be 20 minutes of a job. Even longer if you've got problems and elevators aren't working, ships not spawning, trains not working, shuttles or whatever. I just don't understand what the problem is. Either CIG haven't got the staff to overcome these issues, or the software they're using isn't suitable. You know, there we go. Right, so another timeout, disconnection, timeout while connecting to the server. Yeah, requesting front end session ID now invalid. Okay, so we'll knock that off, and we'll try and go back and we'll go back to multiplayer, and I think the one we did before was free flight. Select rent a ship. the Andromeda, select ship. Ah, I think we've already selected it. Yeah, we have. So if we go back and just find a match. Match found. Let's see if we can load into this. Yeah, there we are. We're in. You see how quick that was? Shields down when we've got full shields, that's helpful. So what we got? Colour's black and whatever that is. So if we can we get out of our seat here? Yes, we can. We're in some kind of flight suit. Okay. Turn that shot off. Oh no, we won't. We'll keep it on in case somebody wants to communicate with us, but we'll try and blow ourselves up. X to respawn. Okay, there we go.
System check.
That's cutlass black. We've still got the shields down. But it's good that there's other players here. I don't know if that's going to affect anything. But yeah. We've got one of these beams we can fly through. Oh, there's one right here. So we'll fly through this beam, destroy ourselves again. X to respawn. VW win is great. And the server FPS is 30. It's as high as that's going to get. Okay, respawn. Try respawn again. Respawning. Ah. I guess it's respawning us in the beam. We'll try that again. Respawning. Ah, no. So exit to menu. Yeah. It's just going round in circles. But let's go back. Multiplayer, Pirate Swarm, or even a. Now we'll exit out of this and we'll try and join. We'll try to join folks. And I don't know whether this is gonna. Well, no, it hasn't worked before. So there's no reason why it should work now. It should be another 12 minutes now, which will take us up to like an hour of recording, and that is going to be enough, I should imagine. Parent of attachment child identity not as expected. Correct parent probably not yet spawned. Whatever that means. But as you can see, Arena Commander multiplayer is working fine, and the single player mode is working fine as well. Because I tried both earlier. But then when I'm trying to log back into the game, into the persistent universe, the live environment, it just doesn't want to know. I suppose I could try the PTU. But I don't know whether there's any point. But this is this is the same EU server as Hex was on, the EU server ID 220. I don't think it really matters. You know, I've tried joining US servers, Asia servers, Australian servers and EU servers, and it's the same on every server I try and log into, no matter what the region. So, yeah, disappointing. It really is. So we're up to the 3-minute mark now. Nine more minutes to go before it times out. It's just a case of going through this process over and over and over again. And it's logged just saying, I do not believe it. Huh. Where are we? So we're in Lawville. Apparently. I don't know where we were then. Okay. Is this the, excuse me, is this the black screen of death? Or we're just going to be here forever? But look at the BW in. Oh my goodness, it's massive. It's absolutely massive. I've never seen it that high before. It's like a high of 3 and a low of 2.1. I mean, it's up at 3 now. 3.2. Jeez. What's going on with this? Teleporting actor. Okay. What is going on here? SC default closed a loading screen after 232 seconds. Well, that's, what's 232? That's 3 minutes. 240 is 3 minutes. Is it? No. 180 is 3 minutes. So that's like 4 minutes. And we're still waiting. I don't know what's going on. But it seems to be seems all those stats are unbelievable in a very, very good way. You know, current location. R. Hurston Leo, whatever, or LE0. Would that be Lawville? Execute the trigger but failed to add it to the cache. That does not sound good. We'll hang on in there. We'll see what happens. We've got no chat, no nothing while we're in limbo. Very strange indeed. Okay, so I don't guess. Ooh, wrong button. Folks is just giving me some advice now about what to do with Arena Commander. So I'm just waiting for him to respond. I'm giving him the information of what's going on. In fact, what I'll do is give him the link to the stream if he wants to have a look at that. Okay, so folks says he's gonna make a party and invite me. So, oh wait a minute, have we got something happening? It's just very, very slow in what it's doing. I mean, so slow, I've never seen it this slow. With all the loading the actors and such. I'm guessing this is NPCs. Oh, yeah, sorry. Of course it's NPC, it says so. NPC archetype, male human, female human, receptionist, civilian, rest stop civilian, rest stop, and rest stop civilian clinic, receptionist clinic, sorry, rest stop janitor. But yeah, it's loading it at such a slow rate. Okay, so physics instant stats end. Weird. I'm gonna leave this for a while, and like I say, there isn't that many users on the server that focuses on, so I don't know why it's so slow, and I don't know why, like, other users can log in without a problem, and why I'm having such an issue. It may be an account issue, like permissions or something. Really have not got a clue. It could be a database issue. But I would expect it to throw out a load more errors than it has done. But my FPS have got 41, which is not very high, but not exceedingly low. The ping, I've got a ping of 30-ish milliseconds, which is very normal for the EU server. The server FPS is 30, which is higher, a lot higher. Well, between 25 and 30 is a lot higher than I would normally expect. Usually, 7 or 8 is the norm. Anything higher than that is a blessing. Anything lower is somewhat problematic. But yeah, the BWin is massive. It's absolutely massive. So we're still loading. I guess it won't progress until it's finished loading all these NPCs and such. But it's so unbelievably slow to progress. I've never seen it take this long. Usually that screen is whizzing past so fast you can't read it. And now it's like a line by line every sort of few seconds or a minute. Just loading ships as well. Cry animation character definition not found for the Idris frigate. Sleeping quarters, bunk bed. Weird. And some of it won't be found because I deleted the shaders folder as instructed by CIG. But yeah. It's just folks telling me something about landing his Carrick. Just made me laugh. Um, well, new Babbage nurse. So I thought this was Orison. I thought it was loading Orison stuff. But this is just loads things. But we've gone from a silent black screen to the background hum of whatever we're in, and maybe because we bedlogged on our ship, maybe it said, "Okay, can't do that. I'm going to put you back to your residence," which is Lawville, and it always is Lawville because we are dirty little sewer dwelling, excuse me, sewer dwelling filth from Stanton. You know, we don't. Oh, there's a ship. Sound of a ship. And that's the thing. We had a problem with sound yesterday, didn't we? Where we couldn't tell which direction the sound was coming from. That sounds like somebody crashing. No, there's a bad pilot, to quote George Bush. When they asked him what his thoughts were on seeing the airplanes hit the towers, and he said, "Well, I thought that was a bad pilot." It's like, really? You really thought that? With all those people on board them planes? Jeez. Parent of attachment child entity not as expected. Correct parent probably not yet spawned. Right, okay, I don't know what that means. But I wonder what's going to happen here. I mean, we are up to it's almost 22 minutes now since we tried logging in and joining folks on the server he was on, which is EU server ID 220. And I have never, ever, not once that I can remember, had a problem with bed logging in a ship. I just fly out into the middle of wherever it is. Usually I set the quantum drive for a moon around a planet, and then halfway between the moon and the planet, I'll come out of quantum and bed log, and it's never ever been an issue. This is the first time ever that I've had problems. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that once all this data has loaded, it's going to allow me to get into the actual game itself, into the persistent universe. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna wait it out, see what happens, and Because up until now, after goodness knows how many attempts, and it is in double figures, definitely, all it's done is give me a 30,018 timeout error. And that's after verifying files, deleting certain directories from the RSI game directory, trying Arena Commander, and this is the third time this morning that I've tried the Arena Commander, and it's actually got me this far, but obviously there are still a lot of problems, and let me just see. So I basically told folks to keep that party invite on ice, and because I want to see what's going on here. It keeps throwing up the stats for total size of part container, instance memory chunks. So executed the trigger but failed to add it to the cache. So that might be what the issue is, and it might just be going round in circles. Really don't know. Really don't know. So again, this is the Idris frigate interior sleeping quarters. Idris have bent bug, bunk bed sheet, and this is seems to be moving a bit quicker now. Well, I'll say that and then it slows down again, so. But like I say, when this happens normally, it's so quick, you have a problem reading it. It whizzes by so fast, and now it's just line by line. But I've seen all this before. You know, the cry animation, character definition not found. The Idris frigate interior sleeping quarters I don't have anyway. But I think if it comes up, it's going to be the third time it comes up with that cannot add, failed to add it to the cache. So if that comes up again, I think I'm just going to quit out of here and try again. Because something's just not right. Something is just not right. Anyway, be right back, 30 seconds. And we're back. Right. So again, we're loading all the same stuff as we did before. The Idris frigate interior, sleeping quarters, bed sheet, not found. This is going round in goddamn circles. So I'm going to exit to menu. In fact, it might be an idea to restart the whole thing. Might just be an idea. So I'm going to invite so we'll join folks in a party. We're clearing active. So folks is now the party leader. Okay, so Join leader. And we'll see if this gets us in. I just told folks on the on Discord that I'm trying to join him now. And it looks like we're in.
Xenothreat hostiles. Any combat pilots will.
Right, so we are stuck in our bed. We're going to turn this off. And at least we're logged in after all that. Folks' idea of joining a party worked apparently, but okay, so we're on floor 2, and I'm guessing. No, it's, we want to go ground floor. Hang on. Oh no, we want to go ground floor. And we also want to change that to global chat. So I don't know what the problem was, or is, or might be again, but oh my god. You know, if you have to go through this every goddamn time. I mean, let me just see what I've got on me. Right, so we've got our glasses, we've got our ammo, I think. We ain't got any ammo. You watch it. You dodgy bastard. Look at him, look at him. He's got some drugs under that hat. Security! This guy is doing drugs. Arrest him. Arrest him, you fucking thugs. Better get away from them. So I'm going to go to Tavernier Sons. In fact, no. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So we've got our sustenance, right? We've got... That's... I think that's what we collect. Is that what... I'm trying to remember. Is that what we collected? We've got all our stuff, including our Black Cherry multi-tool. So we've got everything we expect to have. We'll have a look at our ship at some point. And see what's in the ship, because we should have some guns from the bunker that we did. If it hasn't... Ugh, I don't even know. So, suppressor 2. And that's the money we had yesterday. We're going to buy like 6 of these. Frag grenade. Let's buy 12 of these. Let's buy 12 of them. But oh my goodness, it was like an hour and 15 minutes. What the hell? What did I trip over there? It was an hour and 15 minutes from trying to log in to successfully logging in, and I'm not too happy with the performance of this. I mean, look at the BW win. That is massive. And the server FPS is massive. Our own FPS is, what, 17? Which doesn't make sense. I'm guessing once we get out of here, then that's going to go up a lot, but it's something not right with that, with my own FPS.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry line.
You know, it's getting better, but I want to see what the trains are like.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
And it's arriving in 12 seconds, so
Now
we'll
arriving
just see.
at Tisa Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
I don't know what the hell the problem is, was,
Serious and
or whatever.
dangerous
Right,
event.
so the trains are working. See, now I've got FPS of almost
Person
30,
security
which is
reserves
good.
the right to search travelers at any time. Next stop,
However,
Tisa Spaceport.
it's not going to stop me logging out in bed in the ship. I've never ever had a problem with that before. But at least this is all good experience to know what to do for next time. I have wasted some hours, maybe 5 hours. Couple of hours, well, more than that. Couple of hours last night and 3.5 hours this morning. Just trying to get the goddamn software to log me in. And it doesn't make sense at all.
Now arriving, Tisa Spaceport. Please
So-
watch your step when disembarking the train.
Yeah, right.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers.
Here we are.
Do not lock
At
doors.
the spaceport. What I'm going to do is bring my Mobiglass up and accept the call to arms contract, which that's instant. That is a blink of an eye instant,
Or attempting to trespass on train
which is
tracks
brilliant.
a serious and
Which is really
dangerous
brilliant.
offense.
However, now my FPS is
Now
great.
arriving from Metro Center.
Now my
Stand
FPS
by
is
and
good,
let
so I'm going to
passengers
turn those
disembark
stats off.
before boarding.
Now it's going to flow like a torrential river. Yes, and it's responsive and quick and just as brilliant, just as I expect it to be. Thugs, hooligans, shit kickers, bastards.
Prohibited. Your safety is paramount to us.
Hurston Security are worse than the criminals. They really are. Right, so let's go to the ASOP terminal, speak to Claire, and see what state our ship's in.
Welcome to
Now
the
we're looking
ASOP
for
vehicle
the
retrieval
constellation
system.
Andromeda, and we've got to claim it. So it's right. So we've lost four armors and some guns. Now I don't remember. I think we had an S-71 rifle. So we're gonna have to claim the ship. It's unknown in Stanton, which is a pain in the ass. In fact, no. Wait a minute. Oh, it's already started. So I was going to say, what we can do is claim our Pisces, but we'll wait for this now. We'll give it 13 minutes and wait for this. Okay. All right. So the question is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to document what I've done to get it working. This will not help new players who've bought a game package and are logging in for the first time, because they won't have any friends on the friends list. So what they might need to do is like befriend somebody on Spectrum and say, can I add you as a friend just to help me get logged into the game? I'd do that for anybody. You know, I would, if somebody said, I'm first time logging in and I need a friend to party up and join so I can get logged in, I'd do that. That's no problem. You know, people spending the money and then finding out that they can't even use the software. What are we on? 11.5 minutes. Right, so yeah. Are we still here? Why? Oh, right, I was going to say, why are we still here when we should be getting kicked off the ASOP? So we've got 14 people here at the moment. Now, Hexploitation, he's another one of my friends who I also tried joining earlier. That didn't work either. So got another 9 minutes for our oh, this guy is awesome. Hi, we have a new range of stuff. Go on, man. Keystone Cops. Yeah, Keystone Security. If you've never seen the Keystone Cops, just go, YouTube a video of Keystone Cops. Absolutely hilarious. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Laugh every time I see those guys. Right, anyway. At least we're in. At least we're in. And I'm just going to check the stats again. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But the BW win now is a hell of a lot lower than it was. And we've got how many people? 14. When we had 10 people on the server, the BW win was up at 3. And now it's back down to sort of 4, 5, 6, 700 megabits per second. Oh, sorry, 0.3. It was up at 3, which is incredible. So the few people that have joined, I don't know what they're doing, but they're tracking down the bandwidth. In fact, Thorn Chris. Must be Thorn Chris, Thrawnchis, whatever his fucking name is causing these issues. He's popping up with no local inventory, running corpse, fire for corpse, unblock removal of parent ID. Yeah, whatever. Strange. Very strange. We've got another 6 minutes on the claim of our ship. So it's actually left our ship where it is and respawned us in Lawville. Which gives me another idea, actually. But it wouldn't work unless we were logging into the same server as what we logged out on. Which is log out outside the armistice zone of a mining station, one that we know, like one that we like Pinewood or Opera, Thetis, or one of those. But that takes time. Just logging out in space in the middle of nowhere has been absolutely 100% safe for us right up until now. And I don't think it's got anything to do with bed logging. I think the problem was that we logged out at one of the busiest periods last night, and I think that's what's caused the problems, because the servers were lagging, under strain, under great load, and I think that's what the issue was, that not all of the information was saved, backed up, or otherwise, because it was fine up until we logged out, and then we couldn't log back in again. We got all these errors. However, we're not going to let that put us off. The only issue is, if we ever come across this problem again, we're going to need somebody online to create a party and join us up. But at least that last arena commander attempt got us actually logged in, although it hung on Lawville, wasn't progressing from there. And when I just saw the information going round and round and round, certainly a problem there, isn't there? But anyway, I think that's going to be what I'm going to do is end the stream there, start a new one, and then pick up from there. So anyway, thanks for watching this. It's been absolutely wonderful to get back into the persistent universe, and I'll start a new stream shortly, and we'll pick it up from there. Thanks very much. Have a good one. Until next time.